A very good evening, my dear students. Today we are going to start with, we are going to continue with the animal kingdom. I think we need to start from phylum Platyhelminthes. Phylum Platyhelminthes. If time permits, we are going to solve some of the questions. So today we are going to solve some of the questions. So last day we are going to solve questions. Fine. In the last of the class, we are going to solve some questions. So get ready with that. So be very, very attentive. Yes. And those who are watching this particular online class, you can just give me the answers when I ask you the question. Okay. So the first thing that we need to do is about, in every other class of animal kingdom, we need to discuss about the steps on what basis we can classify animal kingdom. Just help me very fast. The first one comes as, come on, the first one, level of organization. The first one, level of organization. So there are 4 different types: cellular, tissue, organ, and organ system. So on the basis of the level of organization, we can classify animals into 4 different types. The extent that we have studied, name the phylum which shows cellular level of organization. Phylum Porifera. Phylum Porifera is the one which shows cellular level of organization. Number 1, very, very important. Though they are multicellular, but still they show cellular level of organization. That means there is no cell-to-cell interaction. Every cell is independently acting upon.
Then how they all come together to work as an organism itself?
Yeah, they are organism, but still they have got the primitive type of level of organizations which normally an unicellular organism shows. Fine? A cell is self-sufficient to work. So they show cellular level of organizations. So what are the examples? Examples of phylum Porifera that we have already done. Come on, tell me some of the examples. Cycon, there is Kypha, Euplectella, which is called as Venus flower basket, then Spongilla, then Euspongia, the examples of what? Poriferans. Now, the second level of organizations is what? On the basis of symmetry, we can classify them into 3 types. What are they? Asymmetrical, bilateral symmetrical, and radial symmetrical. What is radial symmetrical? Starfish, if you consider the figure of starfish, they have 5 arms, and you can cut them into 2 equal halves in more than one plane. So when you can classify, when you can divide an organism into 2 equal halves in more than one plane, we call it radial symmetry. So asymmetrical, bilateral symmetrical. What is bilateral symmetrical? Consider about all vertebrates. All vertebrates, the moment you need to cut a body into 2 equal halves, you have to cut it right from your nose to the tip of the tail. From nose to tip of the tail. So you have to cut the vertebral column into 2 equal halves straight away. So that is called bilateral symmetry. Radial symmetry you already know, and there is another type which we have talked about, is about bilateral symmetry. Biradial symmetry. Biradial. What is biradial symmetry? Say, for example, all phylum Cnidarians, like sea anemone. You can cut it into 2 equal halves. They show bilateral symmetry. Also, they can show radial symmetry. So, if an organism shows equally bilateral and radial symmetry, we call them as biradial symmetry. This is the 4th one. The 3rd type that we can classify organisms is on the basis of their body cavity into 3 types. Acylomate, they don't have any coelom. They don't have any body cavity. The second one is pseudocoelomate. What is pseudo stands for? False. So they have got false coelom. Now what is false coelom? When the body cavity is not lined by mesoderm. They are lined by mesoglia, which are present in the form of pouches, scattered away. Pseudocoelomate. And the 3rd one is true coelomate, called eucoelomate. Okay, then on the basis of the germinal layer, we can classify them into 2. Now, first one is diploblastic and triploblastic. Diploblastic and triploblastic. And then 5th one, on the basis of their being able to cope up with the environment, there are 2 different types. One is homeothermous, warm-blooded animals, and the one is poikilothermous, cold-blooded animals. What are you? What kind of this thing you show, or all vertebrate shows, or majority of the mammal shows? We are warm-blooded. What is that? Homeothermous. That means we cannot maintain our body temperature with that of the environment. We cannot regulate our body temperature. We can regulate our body temperature with that of the environment, and that's why we are called warm-blooded or homeothermous animal. So what are poikilothermous animal? Cold-blooded animals. So those organisms who cannot regulate their body temperature with that of the environment, so they have got 2 choices. So what are the choices? You tell me. The The first choice is they are going to get suspended from work, called suspension, called suspend. And the second one is they need to migrate. First one, suspend মানে ওরা কাজ করা বন্ধ করে দেবে because the temperature is too low for them to show their normal metabolism, like in case of snakes. Can you expect snake in winter? No. So they are going to be in winter sleep, called hibernation. Winter sleep is called hibernation, and the other one is called summer sleep, called activation. So this is the time then they are going to get suspended from their job, suspended from their work, and that is called suspend. So cold blooded animal এর কাছে দুটো অপশন আছে, either they can go for suspension, and suspension are two types called suspend. There are two types, either summer sleep or winter sleep. Okay, and the next one is they are going to start migrating from that particular place. Extreme temperature, the moment they are going to face extreme temperature, they are going to migrate from that region to the other different region where they can cope up with the environment. Clear? So this is the fifth one. On the basis of their digestive system, they can be two types, complete, incomplete. What is complete? If they have got mouth and anus at two terminal ends. And what is incomplete? They have mouth, but they don't have anus. They have mouth, they don't have anus. Then it is called incomplete digestive system. On the basis of digestion also, we can classify them into intracellular digestion, extracellular digestion. If the digestion takes place within the cell, Yogesh, within the cell we call it intracellular. Outside the cell, that is inside the organ, then it is called extracellular. Fine. Next, on the basis of their development, we can classify them into two, indirect and direct. Indirect means if the larval stages are there. If larval stage is there, then it is called indirect development. If no larval development, only you can see the particular young one and can consider it to be a miniature version of the adult one. Like you, Priyanka. Fine. So that is what is direct development. Next is on the basis of embryonic development. If mouth develops first, then anus, we call it protostomia. Proto means first, stomia means mouth. The word stomia has come from stomology. So proto means first, and stomia means mouth. If the mouth arises first, develops first, then anus, then it is called protostomia. But we are what? Deuterostomia. The second type is deuterostomia. What is the meaning of the term deuterostomia? Deutero means later mouth. That is first anus development and then mouth development. So these are the different ways that we can classify organisms. There can be fertilization. On the basis of fertilization, we can classify them into external fertilization and internal fertilization. Which one is the most advanced one? Internal fertilization is the advanced one. Fine. You want to say something? Yes.
Yes, I want to know about the bears. They also go into hibernation.
Yes. Why? No, they are warm-blooded. But mind you, there are two types of bear. One is polar bear and the one is grizzly bear. So the one which you get to see over here are grizzly bear. And who are, if you compare between these two, which one looks larger in size? Polar bear larger in size. So there is a rule in class 12 we are going to study about Allen's rule. Fine? And Bergman's rule. In Bergman's rule, there is why they have got large size polar bear, they remain in the regions where there is completely icy. So in those regions, the larger the size of the body, surface area by volume ratio is going to go down. Fine? And that is why they are going to lose less amount of heat from their body. So that's why they need to have a larger sized. So polar bear, normally they have got larger sized body. So we are going to talk about that in class 12 under the topic called ecosystem. We are going to talk about this. Fine?
I want to know the hibernation. Is it because of shortage of food?
Never. Their metabolism is quite good. Their metabolism is quite good. Now, there are different particular reasons. Basically, they are warm-blooded because they are having, they are mammals. They have got long hairs. You can see long hairs in them. Fine. But normally, when you see their normal functioning. Now, what we know about that grizzly bear, that they are feverish. Fine? They start shaking their body. And mind you, during fever, why you start shaking your body? Why there is shivering in your body? What is the science behind shivering? Anybody in this class can tell me. Try. Why there is a shivering? No. Shivering is different. That is, you're talking about malaria? No. What is the science behind shivering? During shivering, what happens to your muscles? Your muscles gets contracted. Oh, twitches. That means muscle gets contracted. Muscle cannot contract without the usage of ATP. So ATP gets broken down into ADP and IP plus energy. So that, yes, that energy is going to give you what? Warmth. And at the moment the body temperature comes down with the normal temperature of the environment, you stop shivering. Clear? Very good question. Now, let's get into the next one. What's the next one? So, we have already completed phylum Porifera. We have completed phylum Cnidaria. What's so very important about Cnidaria?
Stinging cells.
Stinging cells. Cnidaria, they have got nidoblast cells. Area means what? Having. So, nidoblast cells bearing organisms are Cnidaria. Cnidaria, the other term for Cnidaria is, they are also called as Coelenterata, not colon, Coelenterata. Enterata, Coelenterata. Ata means bearing, enteron means intestine. Enterology, study of intestine. And what is seal? Means body cavity. So they have got gastrovascular cavity. If you think about Hydra, they have got cavity inside, and that cavity is called gastrovascular cavity, or we can also call it as coelenteron. Coelenteron. Hydra, they have got stinging cells. What are the other examples? And what are the most important thing about cnidarians? They can show polymorphism. What is polymorphism? They can remain in different forms. They can remain in polyp form or medusa form. Polyp and medusa. And this polyp and medusa can interchange among themselves. And that is what is called as metagenesis. Ki bola hai etake? Metagenesis. What is the other term for metagenesis? Alternation of generation. Gracie, is this clear? Alternation of generation. Now, polyp changes into medusa by what form? Asexual means. How to remember it? PAM. P-A-M. P, there is polyp. A for asexual and M for medusa. So, PAM. So, polyp changes into medusa asexually. Oh, not only physical changes, the activity changes also. The functional changes also. And then, medusa can change into polyp by MSP. MSP. What is S? Sexually. So, medusa can change into polyp sexually. So, how to remember it? MSP. Okay, this is called alternation of generation or metagenesis. What else is most important about cnidarians? They are diploblastic or triploblastic? They are diploblastic. They are having cellular level or tissue level? They have got tissue level of organization. Fine. They are acylomate or coelomate? Eucoelomate? They are acylomate. Because this is not a coelom, this is only a cavity present. Done? Then we have studied about phylum. And what are the other examples, some of the examples that we can talk about cnidarians? There is jellyfish called Aurelia. There is a sea fur called Obelia. There is sea fan called Gorgonia. We have done it. There is sea pen called Pennatula. Sea pen. They look like pen only. The most important is sea anemone. Scientific name of sea anemone is Adamsia or Metridium. Fine. Then we have talked about some corals having calcium carbonate crystals. What are they? Brain coral called Meandrina. Then there's mushroom coral called Fungia. So Fungia. So these are the examples that we have talked about. Fine.
You said it.
Portuguese man of war, we have used it. Portuguese man of war is the most important one. Physalia. Yes.
So polytube means they change. Why is there they change?
Yes, they have got zooids, reproductive structures in the tentacles.
Why?
Why they change? Because see, think about polyp. What comes in your mind the moment we talk about polyp? Hydra. Hydra, they have got a stalk and they have got tentacles upwards. Just turn it round. They become Aurelia. They have got tentacles at the downside. And the tentacles, they have got zooids. Fine. If the zooids are arising from the gastro part, we call gastrozoids. And these zooids are what? Reproductive structures. Fine. So only during asexual mode or sexual mode, they need to alternate their generation, and this is called alternation of generation or metagenesis. I'm just recapitulating it, Babu. We are going to start from phylum Platyhelminthes today. What is the next one? Phylum Ctenophora. Phylum Ctenophora. When we talk about the next phylum Ctenophora, Ctenophora was initially present under phylum Cnidaria. Phylum Cnidaria. Why they have been taken out of phylum Cnidaria? Because they lack the nidoblast or stinging cells. So they have got 8 rows of complex which can help in locomotion. But they have got two rows. You can see in your figure in the book. The two rows, they have some special trapping cells, and these special type of trapping cells are called lasso cells. LASSO, lasso cells, by which they can trap. Who is going to tell me what is this kind of trapping cells in poriferans? Collar cells or choanocyte cells. Collar cells or choanocyte cells. Okay, done. Next, come down to what is the common name of phylum Ctenophora? The common name of phylum Ctenophora is comb jellies or sea gooseberries or sea walnut or sea walnut. Fine. What is the most important thing that we are missing? Bioluminescence. Bioluminescence. Today we are going to talk about biofluorescence. Difference. In bioluminescence, they are going to emit light from themselves. ভেতর থেকে বাইরে লাইট বেরোবে। বায়োফ্লোরোসেন্সে বাইরের থেকে লাইট লাগলে ওরা ডিফারেন্ট কালার দেখাবে। Clear? We are going to talk about that biofluorescence also today. Okay, that's all. Any issues about phylum Ctenophora? So let us start with the topic called phylum Platyhelminthes. So we are already late to start, but let's try 3 phylum today. Let us try. Let us try. Okay. Yes. Phylum Platyhelminthes. Phylum Platyhelminthes. Last day I think I have given you some idea about this term. What is the meaning of this term? What's the mean? Huh? Shelly. Okay. Platy means what? So we can break the two. One is helminthes and what this is platy. Platy means what? Flat. So they are flat. Helminthes means what? Worm. The study of worm is called helminthology. The study of worm is called helminthology. Now flat worms, they are flat worms. Now what kind of flat are they? They are dorso-ventrally flattened. Say this is a tortoise, this is a turtle. This is a turtle. In this turtle, you can see a shell outside, and this shell is called carapace. The outer shell that they have is called carapace. And the carapace is present at the dorsal part of the body. Now, what is the dorsal part? Is it towards gravity or against gravity? Towards earth or against earth? Against earth is called dorsal portion, and you have seen a flat portion called plastron. And we call this one as ventral plastron. So I think you have understood about what is the term called ventral. Ventral means towards earth. So where is your heart located? Shali, tell me. Your heart is present dorsally or ventrally? So how you are considering it? Downside of your body? This is the downside of your body? Okay, so why you need to lay like this? When you sleep, you lay like that? When you walk by the help of 4 limbs, these two are your not hand, these are legs. Your heart is towards what? Ventral side. And the backbone, vertebral column is at the dorsal part. So our heart is located in the ventral portion.
So if we lay like
This is not your normal posture. Your posture is just like a dog sitting out there. This is a normal posture. Don't consider these are 2 hands. These are your 2 legs. You have evolved to show a bipedal locomotion. Clear? হামাগুড়ি যখন দিতি তখন কটা পায়ে হাঁটতি? 4টে পা। তোর আর ওর মধ্যে কোন ডিফারেন্স ছিল তখন? Great. তো হাঁট কোন দিকে? Ventral. Now dorso-ventrally flattened. So that means what kind of flat are their body? Dorso-ventrally flattened body. So they have got dorso-ventrally flattened body. Is this clear? That means their body is going to become like what? Ribbon. The body is going to look like ribbon shaped. And that is why one of the particular example under phylum Platyhelminthes is tapeworm. And this... No. No, it's okay. Yeah. Good. Okay, so tapeworm. How many of you want to have it? So if you want to have it, you have to feed on either beef or pork. But still, a complete vegetarian, Gujaratis, Marwaris, they are, they get affected by this tinnitus problem quite often. And the reason behind, the eggs are present on the leaves. Got the point? So अगर होना है, कहीं से भी आ जाएगा आपके अंदर. Clear? Okay, tinnitus. So tinnitus is a disease caused by tapeworm. So if tapeworm, if they are 30-40 feet long, still they can remain in a small part of the intestine. In the intestine, they are going to take a small part because they are going to keep themselves folded. So 30-40 feet long, they can remain in a folded condition in the small part of the intestine, and they are not going to help in blockage of the intestine, because if the blockage occurs, we call it as intestinal colic, and you're going to start having pain. So you're going to go to the doctor is going to go for some test, they're going to go for IgE test, immunoglobulin E test. If that goes high, and doctor makes an idea that worm can be present, IgE is going to go into a higher level and start giving you what? Medicines. Fine? We're going to talk about that. So tapeworm, they are very, very long, and they can remain in a small space, and their body, I'm going to show you the body, how they look like. So whenever platyhelminthes comes in our mind, what should come immediately in your mind? Tapeworm. That is platyhelminthes. Fine. Now, flatworm. Okay. Now, when we talk about platyhelminthes, tapeworm, they have got a first head-like appearance. See, for the first time, an organism is having head-like structure, having suckers and hooks. So this is their body. Having a head-like structure. We call this head-like structure as scolex. These are the suckers, and these are the hooks by which they are going to adhere with the intestinal part. So they remain where? The adult one remain in the intestine. And for the first time, you have seen a head-like appearance. In other organisms, like in phylum Porifera, you haven't seen any one of them having head-like structure. In phylum Nidaria, none of them, they have got head-like structure. Ctenophora, it's a comb jelly. The whole body is head. And for the first time, you are watching this having head. And what is the term called head? The formation of head is called cephalization. The formation of head is called cephalization. So what is cephalization? The formation of head. Shan means process. So the process of formation of head is called cephalization. So for the first time, you can see in the phylum Platyhelminthes is a head-like structure, which is called as scolex. And the scolex contains two main portion. One is sucker, and the one is hooks around the sucker. So sucker, the count is 1, 2, 3, 4, and at the back 5. And the body is having this huge tube-like, and it seems to have some segmentation. Now, don't ever consider it to be metameric segmentation. These are small segments. And these small segments are called immature proglottids. The small segments are called immature proglottids. And the bigger one, see, in the later part of the body, they have got bigger segments. And these bigger segments, they contain some special organs. What is the organ they have? Say this is testis, and say this is ovary. So this is testis, male part, and this is ovary, which is the female part. That means male and female body same. So it's present in the same body, male and female body in the same body. We call it hermaphrodite. So these organisms, they are hermaphrodite. They are bisexual. So in the same body, single body, they have got both what? They have got both male and female sex organ. Shall you tell me what kind of fertilization you can expect them to have? External or internal? Internal fertilization. Very, very important. In the same body, they are having male and female, so they show internal fertilization. These particular segments, because they have got testis and ovary, these testis and ovary are not present over here. So that is why we cannot call them to have true segmentation. True segmentation are those organisms having organs present in every segments. The same types of organs are present in repeated fashion in every segments. In every segments. Okay? Yes.
Suppose একদম ওই immature portion এর last একদম immature portion যেটাতে কেটে বেরিয়ে গেল
No, I have not talked about that. Just wait. Now, what we call them as pseudo metamerism. So what we call them as pseudo metamerism. This becomes a very, very important point about, I will come to your point. Pseudo metamerisms are very, very important aspect of phylum Platyhelminthes. They look like annelids. They look like as if they are having some organs present in every segments. It's not like that. Clear? So what kind of metamerism? True metamerism or pseudo metamerism? Pseudo metamerism. So this is very, very important. Now, this particular part of the segments are called as gravid proglottids. Are those segments having both testes and ovary or the sexual organs. That means they are going to make eggs over there, and they have got a special mechanism. So we are talking about what? We are talking about tapeworm. We are talking about tapeworm. The scientific name of tapeworm is Tinea pedis. No. Tinea pedis is a fungus which makes athlete's foot. It's a disease. Tinea pedis. This is Tinea solium. Very good. Tinea solium. It's a poke tapeworm. Okay? It's a poke tapeworm. Now, wait. Very, very important. See, Tinea solium is a poke tapeworm. There is another Tinea, another species called Tinea saginata. It is called as beef tapeworm. Beef tapeworm. Stay with me. Very good. না কোনো অসুবিধা হ্যাঁ ওকে একদম নিশ্চয়ই Okay, so we are going to solve questions, mind you. So get ready for that, okay? It's going to help you ultimately at the end of the day. তাই না কোশ্চেন সলভ করলে ওদেরই লাভ হবে। ঠিক আছে। Now, this is Tinea saginata beef tapeworm. Okay. Now, they have got a special mechanism that they can cut their body off. This part of the body, they can cut off by themselves. And the process by which they can cut off their body parts by themselves is called apolysis. So what is the condition? The condition is called apolysis. That is shedding off their body parts by themselves. And if this part comes out and this whole tapeworm, adult tapeworm, is present inside human intestine. So definitely these cut off portion, gravid proglottids along with the eggs, are going to be present in the stool, human stool. So human stool, if this person defecates in the open and a pig follows, because pig is a coprophagous animal, it feeds on stool. Okay, so that is not the best food, but that is one of the side dish. Okay, they basically feed on the roots of different plants, and that's why they have got a snout. Piggy, they look so cute, you know what? But mind you, that particular snout that they have got, the snout is not having any bones. So to uproot the roots, they need to dig deep inside the soil. During that digging, they forcefully push all their blood to their snout. And we call this snout as os rostralis. Not required right now, but just get this idea. We call this as os rostralis. This is the snout in the pig. So this is the snout. Fine, you have seen the snout is having two nostrils, and the blood gets gouged inside this and makes it tighten so that they can deeply dig the soil and take out the root. So that is, they feed on the roots, and this is a side dish called stool. The moment they feed on this stool, they will feed on eggs. Ek ke saath ek free. So they will be having the eggs, and mind you, eggs, they show what kind of development, direct or indirect? Indirect. So from eggs, what is going to come out? A larva.
So the pig doesn't get affected by this?
I will tell you. It's a host. It gets affected how? I will tell you. It's a host. Okay. Now, so pig is going to feed on these eggs. From eggs, the larva is going to come out. The larva is called oncosphere. What is the name of the larva? Oncosphere. From this oncosphere, there is a larva called hexacanth larva. What is the name of the larva? Hexacanth larva.
What is
Oncosphere. It's a type of larva which comes out directly from the egg.
another larva?
From egg. This is a larva.
Is this any stage of larva?
This is also a larva. Yes, a stage of the larva, development phase of the larva. Hexacanth larva. Why hexacanth? If this is the larva, these are 6 structures coming out like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's why it's called hexacanth larva.
Okay, I have a doubt.
Now wait, let me finish. The moment hexacanth larva, they're going to feed on this stool, the hexacanth larva starts getting inside their body, inside their stomach, and inside this, from the stomach, they're going to go inside intestine. Through the intestinal villi, they're going to get inside the bloodstream. Fine? And they're going to reach to different parts of the body. Once they get inside the blood flow, they are going to reach where? If you get a highway, you can reach to every part of India. So bloodstream is the highway. So your body is India. So you can reach to every part. So this larva can reach to every part of the body, and ultimately they are going to get into their muscles. They are going to get inside the muscles. These hexacanth larvae, when they reach inside the muscles, they remain over there for 5 to 6 years. For 5 to 6 years. So the muscles of the pig, which contains this larva, what is the larva? Hexacanth. Do you think they are going to stop developing? Hexacanth embryo, which is a larva, and they are going to stop dividing? No, they get into another term called cysticercus. This is the name of the larva. Cysticercus larva. This cysticercus larva remains inside the muscles of the pig, and pork is a pig meat which contains this larva is called as measly pork. So that particular meat of that particular pork which contains cysticercus larva is called as measly pork. Is this clear? Any issues with this?
So, during selling of pork, do the sellers test this?
Never ever. They can understand. There are some there can be some dots present, spots present, dark spots present on the muscles. Fine. So even then they know it. They are going to give you some hint. কি বলবে বাড়িতে গিয়ে ভালো করে রান্না করো, don't keep it undercooked. Got the point? They are not going to die at your normal temperature, mind you. I will tell you, because they keep inside your body what kind of respiration they can have, aerobic or anaerobic. Anaerobic. Think about your stomach is having HCl, and the adult one is keeping inside your intestine. Don't you think that this particular HCl can do something with them? They can dissolve them. The moment you are going to secrete some enzymes from your stomach, if there is an enzyme called pepsin which secretes on the tapeworm, the tapeworm is going to start secreting anti-enzymes. If you secrete pepsin, they are going to secrete anti-pepsin and neutralize the effect of it. And this is the adaptation that they have got to stay inside your intestine.
Sir, I had a doubt. Previously enrolled, they can separate of their
Later part of the body, yes.
Why do they need?
Because their grandfather, they have shown this is the way that you should survive. Because
They just eliminate their body part.
they also need to survive, no? So they need to complete their life cycle within 2 hosts. What is the first host that need? Human.
Human beings.
The second host that they need is pig. Pig, not pork. Pork means meat. So the primary host where they are going to reproduce. That means the sexual reproduction performed in a host is called primary host. What is the best body for them? This is the primary host for the life cycle of tapeworm. Which is it? Tracy, is this clear? And what is the secondary host? The secondary host is the host where they are going to develop. They are going to show their development. That is pig.
Sir,
Wait, what is the infective stage that gets inside pig? What is that infective stage that gets inside pig's body? Never. Or age ekta chilo, oncosphere. So oncosphere is the stage which gets inside pig's body. Got the point? Oncosphere larva is the stage which gets inside pig's body. Shall you tell me? Name it which gets inside human body. Cystic circus. Just now we talked about that. This is the larva which gets inside human body. Jodi amra শুয়োরের মাংস খাই, we are going to invite what? This one. Cystic circus larva, measly pork. Got the point? Sir, हर एक pork में होता है? Never. हर एक beef में होता है? Never. If you are lucky enough, you are going to have it. Okay. So this is the stage called cystic circus. Hai bol.
Sir, যেকোনো কপ্টোপেলিক বা
No.
যেকোনো কপ্টোপেলিক মানে অর্গানিজম কি সেকেন্ডারি হোস্ট হতে পারে?
কেন এরকম কেন?
মানে যেমন
it depends upon the particular life cycle of the animal. Fine. Yes.
Why can't they just do that in the human body? Why they for a second?
Tell me some other organisms who are going to some other organisms who are going to feed on pork. Horse. Dog feeds on hydrated. There is a tapeworm inside dog. We call it Echinococcus granulosus. This is called as dog tapeworm. This is called as dog tapeworm. Clear? Primary host is dog and secondary host is? So this is primary host, this is secondary host. Fine. The dog is going to suffer from, and the particular this is what is going to happen. Hydatid. Fine. So this is primary host, dog, and this is secondary host, which is pig. This is a dog tapeworm. There is a dwarf tapeworm, the smallest tapeworm, called dwarf tapeworm. Dwarf tapeworm. Fine. And that is called Hymenolepis. Hymenolepis. Nana. Not Nani. Hymenolepis nana. And you know what is the length of it? Just now I have talked about 30 to 40 feet. Their length is only 10 centimeter. It is called as dwarf tapeworm. Dwarf. Mane bete. Dwarf tapeworm. Clear? They have got only 10 number of average, on an average, 10 number of proglottids. And the one we have talked about just now is having 800 number of proglottids, approximately. 200 to 800 number of proglottids is there in tapeworm and beef tapeworm. Which one is longer? Beef tapeworm is longer than Taenia solium. That means Taenia saginata is longer than Taenia solium. Okay, let's come back. So, nice to know things is over. Let's get into the details of it. What kind of symmetry you can go for it? If I give you the tapeworm and you have got the scissor, tell me, cut it into two pieces. In which plane you are going to cut it? From the scolex to the tip. Bilateral. So what is the symmetry they show? Bilaterally symmetrical. So bilateral symmetry. They show bilateral symmetry. Tell me, they are diploblastic or triploblastic? for the first time you are getting to see an organism having triploblastic. That means they have got 3 layers. Chondi, kiki layer? Ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Gracie, ecto, meso and endo. For the first time, name the phylum having triploblastic organization for the first time. This one. Platyhelminthes. Name an organism which is triploblastic, but still they don't have this. So they have triploblastic but are coelomate. They don't have any coelom. Coelom still absent. Coelom still absent. Oh, come on. Body cavity. The gap between body wall and gut wall. Fine. And that should be lined by mesoderm. So bilateral symmetry, triploblastic, are coelomate. Tell me some more. They have got what kind of level of organization? For the first time they show organ level of organization, not organ system. What was about phylum Ctenophora? Very, very illy developed, poorly developed digestive system. Why they need to have digestive system? Acha, dada, I'm bolchi okay. Khub baje ekta concept. I will tell you that. They don't have well-defined digestive system. They are endoparasites. They depend upon your ready-made food. So why or not they should need a digestive system? Right? So they have got poorly developed digestive system. Even I'm going to talk about. Oh, wait, they don't have. Tapeworm, they don't have digestive system. Digestive system is absent. Tale kader ache liver fluke. They have digestive system. Kader ache planaria. They have a little bit of digestive system, but they don't have any anus. So what kind of body plan? Tube within a tube? No. Blind sac. Great. And what about tapeworm? Question never arises. They were only mouth and no anus. So what is so important? Complete, if they have no anus. Complete or incomplete digestive system? Incomplete digestive system. Is this clear? I'm asked you to Bye-bye, clear? What is the excretory organ that they have? Very, very important. The excretory organ that they have is protonephridia. Protonephridia, which is also called as solenocyte cells, which is also called as flame cells. Very, very important. So they have got flame cells. Why flame? The cells are having some cilia-like appearance and looking like flame is coming out. In Bengali, Ognishikha Kosh. Protonephridia or solenocyte or flame cells. They are the excretory organ. Clear? So this is about, okay, let me tell you about the different classes. Phylum Platyhelminthes. Phylum Platyhelminthes, we can classify them into 3 different classes. What is the first class? The first class is class Turbellaria. The second one is called Trematoda. And the third one is called as Cestoda. Under Turbellaria, what is the example? The example is, whenever platyhelminthes comes in your mind, what comes in your mind? Tapeworm. Endoparasite or ectoparasite? Body bhedore thake na body baire thake? Endoparasites. So basically what comes in your mind? They are all parasitic, but there is an exception. The first one comes as exception. Turbellaria. Under Turbellaria, the example is about planaria, which is also called as Dewjacia. Planaria, you have seen it in your class 10th standard. Remember, the organism was like this. Under the topic reproduction, in organisms you have seen regeneration. Under the topic regeneration, you have said about planaria. And if you cut this part like this, if you cut this part, this first part of the body is going to make the whole part. If you cut this middle part is going to make this part and that part, and the last part is going to make the whole body. This is planaria. Non-parasitic, free living. That means they are non-parasitic. Non-parasitic. They are non-parasitic. Any issues about this? Planaria. Clear? So the best example is planaria. There are some more examples. Okay, let us talk about that. Yes, in Bengali there is a perfect term called gunda. Yes, it's an example. Gunda. Yes. So we are talking about gunda. Okay. Yes. Yeah, we are going to talk about CGP projects. No issues. It's a very, very unique one. Fine. Definitely, I am pro towards it. I am pro towards this particular protest. Definitely, it should be there. Fine. Without any type of ambiguity. Every other people should protest for this. The one having grey matter. Really, just now I have got this term. Yes, grey matter. The ones who are having grey matter should protest for this. Fine. Yes. Okay. Gunda. Huh? So from Gunda this term has come. Now Gunda. And there is another one called ichthyophaga. Ichthyophaga. In some of the fishes, phaga. In some of ichthyo means what? What is the study of fish? Ichthyology. This is a study of fish. Ichthyophaga is a particular organism which is under this tabullaria. Fine. Let's come into trematoda. In trematoda, they are like leaf-like. They are leaf-like and they are tape-like. Tell me, tape-like. So under tape-like, what should be the example? All of you know that. The example is Tinea solium, Tinea saginata. Tell me, just now we have talked about Hymenolapis nana, and Echinococcus granulosus. This is dog tapeworm, this is dwarf tapeworm, this is beef tapeworm, and this is pork tapeworm. When we talk about trematoda, the best example of this is liver fluke. Liver fluke. The scientific name is Fasciola hepatica. Mind you, this is very, very important. Fasciola hepatica. Yes, they are present in the bile ducts. Bile ducts of the liver. They are present in the bile ducts of the liver, and no, nothing to do. They help in cirrhosis. They can create cirrhosis, not hepatitis. Liver cirrhosis, I think you have heard about. Basically, what you know about cirrhosis, that people who are alcoholic, they might get into. So there are two types of cirrhosis. One is alcoholic cirrhosis, and one is non-alcoholic cirrhosis, liver cirrhosis. Fine. So basically, this can cause, if the person from this particular gets this parasite in the bile ducts of the liver, they can suffer from cirrhosis, not hepatitis. Cirrhosis. So what is the disease that they can suffer from? Cirrhosis. Clear? What is liver fluke? Liver fluke. Now in these two, what is present in these two? What is common? What is common in these two? Both of them are parasites and these are non-parasites. No, but mind you one thing, they are free living and they have got cephalization. Both of them, they have got cephalization, but they are not having cephalization. No head formation. So that is why they are put into different classes. Now, let us get into liver fluke. When we talk about liver fluke, see in your book, the figure looks like this. Fine. You can see over here one sucker and over here a small one. Fine. Now mind you, this liver fluke look like leaf-like. They look like leaf-like. And if they are present on the inside the liver, their color is brown. You won't be able to distinguish between these two. Now, This liver fluke, to complete their life cycle, they need two hosts. The primary host and the secondary host. The primary host and secondary host. The primary host can be sheep or goat. The secondary host is snail. The secondary host is snail. The secondary host is snail. Fine. And mind you, the scientific name of snail is Limnia. Limnia is the scientific name of the snail.
Sir, how is sheep, goat and snail related?
Oh, wait. Snail keeps themselves in the pond. Fine. And also they can remain in the land. So this is pond having some leaves. And this is the land. This is pond. Fine. This is the water body. Okay. The water body is having this snail called Limnia. And the leaves present over here. These leaves are having some of the larvae, because from snail's body, one of the larvae which infects the snail's body, which comes out from the stool of the sheep or goat. So goat has made this stool over here, through the water body is going to reach over here, and inside pond the snail is present. This particular stool contains the larva. What is the name of the larva? The name of the larva is Miracidium. The name of the larva is Miracidium. It changes into what? Miracidium larva, it changes into sporocyst. That changes into rhidia. Then it changes into sarcaria. And ultimately it changes into metacercaria. All of them are larvae. So what kind of development they show? Indirect development. What kind of development they show? Indirect development. So when we talk about this is a liver fluke. So under Trematode, one of the examples is they are leaf-like and they're basically having fluke. Fluke means leaf-like. Another example under this, under Trematode is blood fluke. And this blood fluke remains in the veins of bladder and intestine. They remain in the veins of bladder and intestine. You know what? This particular blood fluke is blood fluke. The scientific name of this blood fluke is schistosoma hematobium. Schistosoma hematobium. They present inside the veins of bladder and intestine. Bladder and intestine. Clear? Now, schistosoma hematobium. For this blood fluke again, what is the primary host? Primary host? It can be human. And what is the secondary host? Again pig. This is leaf-like. Again limnia. So in human, what is the stage which affects Miracidium? And in case of limnia, it is metacercaria. It is a larva called metacercaria which affects them. Think about the other one that we talked about just now. Where is that? Yes?
Some metacercaria.
Think about it. In sheep or goat, what is the state? Miracidium larva is the infective stage. In case of snail, what is the state which is called as infective stage? Metacercaria. Too much of information? Yes?
Which is much more dangerous.
What about dangerous? They are not going to be able to complete the life cycle if they don't get two hosts. So 2 hosts are required. What is the meaning of dangerous? Protein is dangerous.
মানে এইটা সবথেকে বেশি
যেটা যার জন্য
রিমুভ হতে টাইম লাগে লিভার ফিল্ম থেকে
ও কার সঙ্গে কার কম্পেয়ার করছিস?
লিভার ফিল্মের সাথে ঠিক
আর্জেন্টিনা অ্যান্ড স্পেন মনে করিও না। আচ্ছা ওকে ওকে চলো। So both are equally good. Fine. Both of them are equally good. Okay, let's start. So we should not have talked about football. Baba, clear? Gracie, समझ में आ रहा है? कहाँ में थे हम? Tell me some of the organisms' name. Jolly, faster. Let me check. Sound faster. Miracidium, Sporocyst, Rhedia, Cercaria, Metacercaria. Different types of larvae, and different types of larvae they are going to develop where inside the snail, and they are going to come out from snail body. This particular Metacercaria, they are going to swim and get attached with the patta, with the leaf. And who is going to come? Sheep or goat is going to come and start feeding on the leaf. Along with the leaf, what is going to go inside? Metacercaria. And they are going to get changed into Miracidium inside. Clear? So Miracidium is next level development hobe kothay inside snail. The Miracidium larva is going to come out through the stool, and then the stool comes in contact with the water body. The water body is having snail. Snail secretes mucus. And Miracidium larva loves mucus. Snail ধরেছি সাথে? They secrete mucopolysaccharide. And this particular larva, they are going to start swimming towards the mucus, bore their body, get inside the snail's body, and develop into sporocyst, Rhedia larva, Cercaria larva, and they are going to come out as Metacercaria.
This can affect humans.
Which one? No, only Miracidium is going to affect. Any issues with this?
Then I
But
can
how are they going মানে কেমন ভাবে আমাদেরকে এফেক্ট করবে ওটা?
Okay, Miracidium. Blood fluke. Blood fluke. It's a parasite inside your blood.
কেমন ভাবে
তোর বডির মধ্যে এটা কি লিভার ফ্লুক? ব্লাড ফ্লুকের কথা বলছিস? ইউ আর টকিং অ্যাবাউট ব্লাড ফ্লুক? अगेन হিউম্যান এন্ড সেল?
সেল খাবে না?
স্নেল খাই আমরা
না। বাট ওই পাতা শাকের সাথে লেগে গেছে লার্ভা ফ্রি। এনি ইস্যুস উইথ দিস? না, রান্না করলে মরবে না। তুই মা একটু কাঁচা কাঁচা রেখো, আমার এনার্জি দেবে আমাকে। আই ওয়ান্ট টু হ্যাভ অল দ্য মিনারেলস অফ দ্য। না এরকম নয়। Clear, Babu? So let us solve some of the questions from platyhelminths. I think we have all been able to cover platyhelminths. Let us cover some of the questions. Let me see how many questions are there from platyhelminths. Chalo. Yes. 10 seconds being given to you. Which one of the following kinds of animals are diploblastic? Corals are Nidaria, diploblastic. Ctenophores, diploblastic. Sponges, diploblastic. Flatworm, diploblastic. Symmetry and germ layers. Which one of the following groups of animals is biosymmetry and diploblastic?
and
Joe, we have not talked about Aschelminthus, but KK hobe na, which are not going to be the answer. Ctenophora is never going to be the answer. Sponges, never. Cylindrates? What about the diploblastic and barrel symmetry shown by roundworms, Aschelminthus? Good. Anatomy of Ascaris. Acha, Ascaris. Better not to go for that. We have not solved it. I think we can go for this. Biradial symmetry. Just now we have talked about. Biradial, that is bilateral as well as radial symmetry. Lack of endoblast. Lack of stinging cells. Come on, ctenophores. Aha. Lack of endoblast cells. Phylum Ctenophora. And what is the example? Bero. We have talked about Bero. Come on, we have talked about Bero. Last day we have talked about Bero. There is an example. Nuda.
Nuda class.
Nuda class. Under Tentaculata class, there are two examples, Pleurobrachia and Ctenoplana. Okay, so answer is Ctenoplana and Bero. Come on. Gracie, tell me. Gracie, tell me. Planaria, hi, regeneration. Planaria means regeneration. Very good. Great. Planaria means? Tell me the scientific name of planaria. Dujacia. Dujacia. কোথায় আছে? Very smart. Understanding metagenesis. What is metagenesis? Yeah, we have talked about. Shall you tell me? Polyp into medusa, medusa into polyp. Alternation of generation between asexual and sexual phase of organism. Answer is A. Present in phylum Nidaria. Tell me, body having meshwork of cell internal cavities lined with blood filtering, food filtering, and entire development of characteristics of phylum. Internal cavities lined with food filtering flagellated cells. Yes, porifera. What is the name of the cell? Choanocyte cell. Choanocyte cell. Choanocyte cell. Collar cells. Wait. Just now I have talked about. Tell me in case of ctenophora, the particular cells which helps in trapping the food. Lasso cell. LASSO. Lasso cell. Tell me. Comparative analysis of invertebrates. Invertebrates, yes. Select the correct statement. Platyhelminthes are triploblastic cerocoelomate. No. Platyhelminthes are triploblastic and acoelomate. Ctenophores reproduce only sexually and fertilization is external. Reproduce only as sexually and fertilization is external. True? True. In tapeworm, fertilization is internal but sexes are not separate. In tapeworm, fertilization is internal, yes, but sexes are not separate. They are hermaphrodite. Sexes are not separate. Ctenophores are exclusively marine.
Option number D.
Diploblastic and bioluminescent organisms. D. So this B, C, D, right. In sponges, fertilization is external. Development is direct. No, development is indirect. Tell me the larva of phylum Porifera. Amphiblastula and Parenchyma. Amphiblastula and Parenchyma. So answer is B, C, D only. Evolutionary features of animal groups. Organ evolution, biosymmetry, two syllables with segmentation of body. Select the animal groups possessing all above characteristics. Chalo, faster. Organ system level of organizations. Bilateral symmetry, true coelom. We haven't studied about true coelom. अब तक जहां तक पढ़े थे हम वहां तक तो नहीं है कोई भी. So its answer should be Annelida, true coelom, Arthropoda true coelom, all chordates true coelom. So organ system, bilateral symmetry and true coelomate with segmentation of body. Answer is A. Answer is great. Symmetry and coelom. This is the last question I think. Chalo. Bilateral symmetry and acoelomate. Bilateral symmetry and acoelomate. Yes. Just now we have talked about. Some of you are feeling like Kire metacercaria issue can mochi. Actually, hepatical liver fluke infections in host and primary host at the following larval stages. Miracidium. Liver fluke infects its intermediate host and primary host. Intermediate host and primary host. What is the answer? No, D. Metacercaria and cercaria. No. Miracidium. Miracidium and metacercaria. Answer is A. Miracidium and metacercaria. Miracidium and metacercaria. Oh, ওইসব ভাবছিস কি বলেছি কি বলিনি classification of platyhelminthes. Come on, which one belongs to platyhelminthes? Which one belongs to platyhelminthes? Gracie, which area we have not talked about? Plasmodium, protozoa. Trypanosoma, protozoa. Answer is blood fluke, schistosoma, hematobium. Blood fluke. That's all. Chalo, that's it for now. Next day we are going to start with phylum Aschelminthes, which is also called as Nemathelminthes or Nematoda. Fine. Next day on this platyhelminthes only you are going to sit for complete test. Easy होगा पेपर टा बुझते ही 25. आप लोग कैसे करते हो? Clear? चलो. That's it. About the protest again. I will talk some more. আচ্ছা,
5 জন আছে স্যার তোমার ওটার জন্য।
শোনার জন্যই এত
শোনার জন্য এতজন protest? And tell me what kind of, you tell me what other thing that I should tell you.
স্যার আমার যেটা জানা, যেটা আমি কালকে শুনে শিখেছি, যে আমি জানতাম যে স্টুডেন্টরা তো সাপোর্ট করছে, আমি কোনো বড় ব্যক্তির কোনো ওপিনিয়ন জানতাম না। এখন আমি যেটা জানছি যে বড়রা সামহাও মানে আমাদের বাবা বা মায়েদের যারা এদের তারা সামহাও এগেইনস্ট এ, তো কেন এটা মানে এই মেন্টালিটিটা কেন?
See, আমরা সবাই আমাদের বয়সটা পেরিয়ে যখন যাই আমরা ভুলে যাই, এটা একটা ব্যাপার আছে। ইয়েস, এটা ঠিক, বাবা মা বলছেন যে পড়াশোনা করছিস না, ইউ আর নট স্টাডিং অ্যাট হোম অ্যান্ড ইউ ক্যানট, you cannot say all these things, you are not studying at home and all. But when we talk about the whole system, in the system, if a student dies like this, now understand the whole of nation becomes stronger. We depend upon the younger ones. You are the youth who is going to take our nation to that level. And if anything goes wrong with the student, it's a red line. We have to consider that. Something going wrong, you have to consider that. It should be a first priority. You cannot just let it go. Fine. So if a person like this person, such a renowned one, fine, I think you have got his name from the movie, but he's having the stature beyond it. And if this person is going for this, every other people who is having senses should go for this protest. So I'm with this, and every other individual who are going to take up, see, I'm already a father. Being a father, I'm definitely going to want my particular kid to remain in a particular healthy environment where every other problem going with this youth, young generation, we have to think about it. So I'm in favor of all this protest. Fine, and it should go into a different level. This protest should go into a different level. Okay?